morning, viewers. My name is Tricia, reporting for Eduvision News. Tonight, I will be delivering this report for approximately 4 minutes. Viewers, the academic literacy crisis is becoming increasingly evident, and one of its main causes lies in the conditions students face on campus today. In recent years, universities have not only struggled with academic demands, but also with serious social and psychological issues. Cases of bullying, academic pressure, toxic competition, and even grooming have been reported in several campus environments. The situation significantly affects student mental health, reducing their ability to focus, read critically, write academically, and engage deeply with learning materials. Moreover, many students are overwhelmed by digital distraction and exercise reliance on instant information, which weakens their critical thinking and reading endurance. Instead of developing analytical skills, students are often forced to merely complete assignments for grades, not for understanding. As a result, academic literacy is no longer just academic issue, it reflects a broader crisis involving learning environments, emotional well-being, and the lack of supportive academic culture in higher education. Viewers, the academic literacy crisis is becoming increasingly evident in Indonesia, and this condition is supported by concrete reports from the field. According to a report published by Kompas.id, a literacy emergency has been identified in S. Nusa Tenggara, where several university students were found to lack basic reading proficiency and struggle to understand academic texts. The report indicates that these difficulties are not sudden, but rather the result of long-standing weakness in foundational education. Meanwhile, KBR.id reported that in several regions in Indonesia, junior high school students are still unable to read fluency. Despite this, they continue to advance to higher levels of education. The situation raises serious concern as students enter secondary and higher education without mastering essential literacy skills. These findings are consistent with research published by Hafex in Indonesia, which highlights that Indonesia is currently facing a literacy crisis and low reading interest among students. The study not the study notes the excessive exposure to instant content, short form media, and social media has reduced student engagement with deep reading and critical analysis. Therefore, the academic literacy crisis we are witnessing today is not merely a decline in student writing quality, but a uh, systemic issue rooted in the education system, affecting learning from basic education through to higher education. A trending issue in today's academic landscape is the rapid adoption of generative artificial intelligence and its impact on student independent academic skills. Recent research showed that the widespread use of AI tools such as a ChatGPT has real consequence for academic integrity and critical thinking. A study published in Frontiers in Education found that many students are willing to use generative AI unethically, including for writing full academic assignment, despite recognizing that such practices are inappropriate. This concern is supported by data from Turnitin, which reported that over 20 million student papers likely contain AI-generated content, with around 11% pledged for significant AI involvement. In addition, a survey of college faculty in the United States revealed that 78% of instructors observed increased cheating, while 48% reported a decline in student research skills due to over-reliance on AI tools. These findings indicate that although AI can support learning, exercise dependence on its reduced deep thinking, independent research, and original writing further intensifying the academic literacy crisis. Viewers, the academic literacy crisis in Indonesia universities today does not stop at graduation. As reported by Kompas.id, cast of university students in as Nusa Tenggara was struggle to read and understand academic text raise serious concern about their future readiness. Graduates with weak literacy skills often face difficulties in writing professional reports, analyzing data, and making informed decisions in the workplace. This challenge is further reinforced by findings from HAVEX Indonesia, which highlight that low literacy levels are closely linked to weak critical thinking and problem solving skills. When combined with excessive reliance on instant information and AI generated content, this limitation risks producing graduates who lack independence in thinking and professional competence. If left unaddressed, this crisis may result in generation that graduates on time yet remains academically and intellectually unprepared for real-world demands. However, viewers, this crisis is not without solution, and several universities have begun taking concrete steps to address academic literacy challenge. According to Kompas.id, a number of universities in Indonesia, including University Gajah Mada, have implemented policies on academic writing integrity and the ethical use of artificial intelligence, encouraging students to use AI as a learning aid rather than a replacement for critical thinking. These policies are accompanied by mandatory academic writing course and plagiarism awareness program. In addition, the Ministry of Education and Culture through the Campus Merdeka program has emphasized literacy-based learning by requiring students to engage in research, community reading programs, and critical discussion activities, aiming to strengthen reading comprehension and analytical skills in real academic contexts. This initiative showed that reducing the academic literacy crisis requires collaboration. Students must actively rebuild reading and thinking habits, while universities must create learning environments that prioritize depth, ethics, and critical engagement over instant results. Viewers, today's academic literacy quiz is shaped by weak reading foundation, instant culture, and over-reliance on AI shows that literacy is essential for student future. To prevent this, students must rebuild reading habits, read independently, and use technology ethically. Universities, in turn, must strengthen academic integrity and promote deep critical learning. If addressed together, academic literacy can become a strength rather than a crisis. I'm Raisha. Thank you for watching. Good morning.